God proclaims today that you are not a consumer but a producer within my kingdom. I am cultivating tranquility within you. I am generating my joy within you. The Father proclaims that you are a productive branch. Allow this awareness to envelop you and enable you to perceive within yourself what I discern in you. It is imperative to dismiss the scarcity mindset and the denial mentality inherent in fallen humanity in your cognition. I affirm to you today that you lack no gift. You are denied on no account whatsoever. Individuals attempting to elucidate the reasons for your lack of responses are posing erroneous inquiries. Inquiring with erroneous queries inevitably leads to incorrect responses. Embrace the truth of my identity and the intentions I have established for your life. Approach me with the innocence of a child, even an infant, and extract from my unwavering constancy the evident manifestation of my commitment to heal, save, and deliver you to the utmost degree this very day. God proclaims today that He is entombing the atom inside you to resurrect the Christ within you. The Father proclaims that Christ within you is your hope. I am facilitating a transformation in your awareness until you attain the realization of Christ consciousness inside yourself. I did not bleed on the tree to manifest outwardly to you. I perished on the hill to embody someone inwardly to you with all force and authority. Do not believe that you must acquire or endeavor to obtain spiritual blessings. My talents and virtues are being cultivated within you, like the continuous production of fruit on a tree. The Father states, I am aware of your needs. Do not let your desires obscure the reality that I embody the entirety of all physical things for your benefit. I have granted you, through the work of the cross, all you may ever wish or desire. Do not believe in your heart that you must labor, execute, or acquire the gifts I have bestowed upon you freely. I proclaim to you today that you have attained oneness with me, and within this unity, every deficiency and desire is being fulfilled and manifested through the impact of my tempering presence inside you. God proclaims today that there exists solely one begotten of the Father, and He has been exclusively begotten within you. The Father asserts that you are neither alone nor isolated from me. I entrusted my Son to your heart and life as the distinctive and unparalleled Son, so that I may be manifested inside you. Although you were born in the form of Adam, I have created you to embody the Christ-like nature of my Son. Therefore, submit to my design and my developmental process, declares the Father. I perceive myself in you as the sculptor perceives the form within the stone block. There is a gradual removal of elements that do not embody my image, along with a process of construction and refinement to enable you to exemplify my nature and character on earth. I am embellishing you as an embodiment of myself on earth and to people in your vicinity. You have sought an explanation regarding your purpose and destiny, as stated by the Father. Nonetheless, understand that this remains my overarching goal, both today and every day thereafter. Consequently, surrender your life to me now, declares the Father, and I shall nullify and incapacitate the earthly and sinful aspects within you, allowing my essence to emerge within you and affirming my authority and blessings on your behalf. God declares today that He is reversing the malice of the adversary directed towards your life. Your benediction will remain untainted by the intruder that seeks to disrupt your tranquility. Be aware that I am ensuring your safety and imparting my protection into your life even today. The Father asserts that every minor component of your day is subject to my examination. Even the hairs on your head are counted. How much more significant are the matters that induce your anxiety and impose burdens upon you? Cast your worries and anxieties upon me, declares the Father, for I am an adept steward. I am overseeing and offering essential guidance in your life at all levels and every point. With each passing hour and each day, you will encounter the box of my fresh kindness, already unwrapped and prepared for your enjoyment and participation. Rejoice as one who has discovered solace, for I am alleviating your burdens and assuming the responsibilities that the adversary has implied are solely yours to bear. The Father assures you that you will not be disappointed, for I will demonstrate my power on your behalf. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. God proclaims today that He is overseeing your crop. You have sown seeds and cultivated fields of trust that will not falter. The Father states that they will produce. You planted with enthusiasm, anticipating their yield. Although the responses have been delayed, I have meticulously recorded each act of obedience and every act of sacrifice. The Father declares, I will repay. You will witness the labor of your soul and find contentment. Do not squander your time by looking back. Proceed with joy and the expectation that the benefits of compliance will be substantial. I shall ensure that the repositories of your aspirations are abundant with substance. Failure is not permissible in my kingdom, declares the Father. Engage with the task at hand. Reside in the present and refrain from retrospection or conjecture, for I oversee your history and protect your future. The Father proclaims, this is your day. The moment for your blessing has arrived. Jesus Christ proclaims today that the verdict has been rendered in your favor. The verdict is conclusive and the result is guaranteed. The Father asserts that your salvation is assured and your exoneration is inevitable. I am entering your circumstances, and my recompense is with me. The declaration from the cross on your behalf resounds unequivocally, it is finished. The Father declares everything is complete, and I will not entertain any accusatory claims from the adversary against you. I have proclaimed your liberation and instructed the celestial guardians that you are permitted and obligated to be free from all obstacles, harm, and servitude. Therefore, the Father proclaims, let there be rejoicing. While the apostles sing in the stocks within the prison's lower section, be aware that I am instigating a tremor that will result in the opening of the prison doors and the liberation of the chains. The gates that have obstructed you will open spontaneously, and your declaration will be, this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Jesus inquires today whether you appreciate surprises. Upon my ascension with the liberated captives of the Old Covenant, I bestowed gifts upon the world. I provided the apostle, the prophet, the evangelist, the pastor, and the teacher. I have bestowed these offices and mantles onto you to empower your success in all aspects of life. I bestowed these blessings as mantles of grace intended to permeate individuals with frailties and human hearts, like to yours. The Father urges you to acknowledge the divine gift in your life today. Although these individuals are earthly vessels, I will infuse them with the essence of my glory to transform, mold, and empower you to exemplify my strength and wisdom. You are not meant to passively see others achieve their objectives. The Father proclaims that you have a vocation. You are under the weight of ministry responsibilities even today. My empire is exerting influence upon you and emanating from you to others. You are my instrument, crafted for a purpose greater than you comprehend. Perceive yourself as my selected individual today, for I have brought you to this world for this moment, and you shall not be vanquished by the malevolent one in any manner. God advises against lying down in a combat zone today. Your adversary, the devil, is resolute in his endeavor to characterize your existence by his tactics of victimization and denial. The Father commands them to resist. Resist the devil, and he will depart. No resource exists inside the adversary to resist you when you confront his assault in my name. Persevere, commands the Father. Defy your adversary. I will contribute my strength to your resolve. I shall summon the celestial beings around you virtually to empower and assist you until triumph is achieved. You are now fortified with an invulnerable armor of faith, righteousness, and grace. I shall repel the enemy forces that have opposed you. I shall elevate my fate as a standard to which the skies will converge. The blood that was shed serves as your definitive protection against deprivation, obstruction, and limitation. Speak audaciously. Harness the potency of the blood. Wield the sword of the Spirit. Progress in the radiance of illumination. Observe that today the flood of opposition to your favor has been decisively and irrevocably repelled. God asserts that he is not preoccupied with validating his existence to the unbelievers today. Unbelief is an intrinsic blemish that cannot be eradicated by persuasive reasoning or theological investigation. Shall the created inquire of its creator, "Why have you fashioned me in this manner?" Embrace unwavering trust in me today. Regulate your thoughts and emotions, and recognize that I am providing nurturing and care for you at every level. The Father asserts that faith and proof are unrelated. Thomas sought evidence. Desist from all efforts, proclaims the Father. Desist from attempting to persuade others or to be persuaded yourself. The mind is a trivial despot that incessantly engages in its arrogant proclamations of reason and futile deductions. Trust in your heart and your mind will acclimate to the new reality. The Father proclaims it is a new day. A fresh day of trust and rest as you permit the faith in your heart to evolve into unwavering confidence in my word. Today, God proclaims that you are a rightful heir by birth to all that my dominion encompasses. I have established you within my government, and I have instilled my government within you. My government is intensifying its influence within you until all opposing regulations are eradicated within your domains. The Father states that you can utilize my word and your authority derived from it to obliterate the entirety of the devil's operations against you. You are as anointed, equally entitled, and equally empowered as I was during my earthly existence. Embrace the entitlements secured for you via the crucifixion. Embrace the empowerment bestowed upon you via the resurrection. The resurrection is not solely for a future date. The resurrection and its power serve as a foundation for authority and governance in your life currently. The Father declares, exercise the governance of my kingdom today. Exert your authority, and you will witness your adversary, the devil, submit before you. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. God declares today that I have appointed you as a caretaker and guardian of the planet. The authority that Adam forfeited in the fall is reinstated to you through Christ. You are a storehouse into which I have entrusted sovereignty and authority from my throne. All decrees from heaven are proclaimed from my throne within the human heart, declares the Father. I shall refrain from action unless solicited initially. Thus, the Father instructs to inquire. Make a substantial request. Inquire with boldness. Inquire without hesitation regarding religious perspectives on deprivation and pain, which I find unpleasurable. The power I have granted you is the power to inquire and to request my intervention. I understand your requirements, but I am reluctant to proceed without your involvement. I desire your participation in all transactions between heaven and earth. I solicit your pleas, seek your declarations, and await your decisions. Invoke me at times of distress, declares the Father, and I shall respond promptly and with the complete power of heaven to rescue you from the adversities the enemy has imposed upon you in life. Jesus Christ advises us to be amenable to interruption today. Exhibit adaptability and pliability regarding your plans and expectations. Elijah was unaware of the precise moment I would dispatch the flaming chariots to elevate him. Enoch was unaware that I would bring him to myself. I have numerous surprises in store for you. The forthcoming day will be entirely unpredictable for you. You have presented requests for which there are responses to prayer. You anticipate that such answers will be delayed. However, there are matters you have postponed that will confront you tomorrow morning. I am the deity of time, and hence I am unbound by temporal constraints, unaffected by the past, present, or future. The Father implores you to seek His face, and in doing so, He will reveal the past and elucidate the route you have traversed. I will dispel the illusions of the present and provide you with clear insight into your current circumstances. I shall unveil the future and disclose just what lies ahead. You will recognize it as my love and mercy, intended to equip you for the complete acceptance of my goodness. Your Father states that, due to your existence within me and my existence within you, you are no longer constrained by time. Although you quantify days, months, and years, you are nonetheless traversing eternity, even now, and will continually enter and exit to discover the meadows of my blessings as a perpetual sustenance for your existence. God is conveying today that the work I have accomplished in and for you is complete. The Father asserts that you are not a work in progress. I completed what I have accomplished in you before the establishment of the world. In the primordial mists of eternity, I created you as a manifestation of my mercy and perfection. This is the image that my grace is cultivating within you today. The procedure remains resolute. The result is guaranteed. The Father instructs you to perceive yourself in this manner. Behold my perfection within you. Behold my dominion and govern within you. Perceive it and recognize it as your singular, authentic reality. Everything else is a deceptive manifestation of malevolent influence. As you commence your day, recognize that you are embodying and manifesting the perfected image of your Divine Father. As you speak to people nearby, embody the dignity and grace befitting an entitled son and privileged scion of heaven in your discourse. Do not permit anyone or anything to disturb the state of tranquility I have established for you within me. This is your day, proclaims the Father. I have meticulously fashioned it for you, akin to a jeweler creating a setting for a precious gem. The Father proclaims, you are that jewel. You are the gem, and I am reflecting on my brilliance in your life today. Jesus Christ asserts today that I am unable to be anything other than loyal to you. I shall be recognized by you as the faithful one. The Father asserts that my purpose is undeniable and my intent resolute. My primary objective is to illustrate the extent and significance of what the cross of Christ has accomplished in your life. I do not employ half measures or make empty promises. I am, declares the Father. I embody the affirmative and the truth in your existence. The Father proclaims, enter into repose and take your seat at my right hand. I am positioned within you, and I have put you within myself by the mystery of godliness. You are now the essence of my spirit and the breath of my breath. I exhale the empowerment of my grace, and you inhale the privilege of heaven. Embrace this, declares the Father, and recognize it as your foundational condition within the God tribe that I instituted at the commencement of the new birth on that blood-stained tree. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. God declares today regarding the creations of my hands, I invite you to direct me. I have created numerous entitlements on earth designed for your advantage and prosperity. My objective is for you to fully utilize the benefits provided by the work of the cross on your behalf. My righteousness constitutes the entitlement that I conferred to your account 2 millennia ago. The crucifixion signifies your qualification, but the resurrection denotes your right. The Father urges not to restrain oneself. Do not permit religious folly to obscure the death lilies of skepticism and thereby deprive you of your blessings. The authority granted to you in Christ extends beyond dominion over demons and bad spirits. I have granted you the authority to guide my actions for your own needs and those of others. My authority is my exousia, and my power is my dunamis. The exousia authority governs my dunamis power. Do not be concerned if you occasionally feel weak and lacking in strength. The power is mine to manifest, and the authority is yours to govern through your prayers, petitions, declarations, and decrees. The Father urges you to speak today, relying boldly on the completed work of the cross. You will not be disappointed. Instead, you will witness the manifestation of my activity in your life. God inquires if you are prepared to accept yes and now as your response today. Cease nocturnal weeping. No further delays or uncertainties. I am not a deity of procrastination. I am the deity that listens to your pleas and responds promptly. Invoke me at times of distress, and I shall respond to your entreaties. Transcend the claims of time and circumstance, recognizing that it is never too late and I am perpetually punctual. In the situation you encounter, there is information you have yet to acquire. I am disclosing and elucidating. You will recognize my influence on the circumstance and understand that I am orchestrating all matters for your improvement. Recall that the Father states that I assign no value to pain. I am not advancing a hidden objective that necessitates my passive observation while you endure suffering and lament. That does not represent my identity. Some individuals propagate such fallacies, yet they lack comprehension of the cross. The cross incurred the total cost, and there is no suffering or hardship required before receiving your resolution. Are you prepared to accept yes and amen as a response? Rejoice today, for your prayers have been heard and your deliverance by my hand is certain. God is conveying today that I am illuminating your perception of the solutions that already exist in your vicinity. I appeared before the Jews of the first century in my incarnate splendor, yet they did not recognize me. Lack of faith obscured their vision. They beheld what they anticipated and exclaimed, "Crucify him." Elisha's servant was unable to perceive the fiery angelic chariots and horses around them due to his inability to look beyond the enemy's chariots and horses. The Father declares that the enemy's chariots appeared solely due to the presence of the Lord's chariots. Thus, perceive the ramifications of the adversary's threats with clarity. They reveal the reality that precisely the contrary is accessible to you through my agency. The adversary endangers your well-being, for by my wounds you have been restored. He intimidates you financially just because of the accessibility of my resources. He menaces your family and loved ones solely because their moment of salvation approaches. Do not succumb to fear or ignorance. Learn to perceive beyond mere sight, and you will observe my kingdom flourishing around you with promise and blessing. God states that there will be moments when you will be uncertain about where you conclude and I commence. I am bestowing onto you my power and my insight. The Father asserts that my knowledge and ideas furnish all that is required for life and godliness. I have invested myself in you as a source of sustenance, safeguarding, and repose. Your identity ensures that you lack nothing in terms of gifts. The inherent giftedness of my presence serves as a resource from which you can draw and a river that extends to all areas of need in your life. The Father asserts that resting in my spirit is not synonymous with inactivity. I spake and made for 6 days, and when I slept on the 7th day, my creation persisted in producing according to my order. I have put this identical command in your mouth. Understand that the repose I offer you is that of one whose conflict has concluded, and now the time for harvest has arrived. Divine guidance encourages you to allow celestial understanding to shape your character today. My wisdom within your heart is initially clean, thereafter peaceable, readily accessible, and influential. Do not permit today's interruptions and inconveniences to compromise the sanctity of my presence within you. Individuals in your vicinity have a penchant for discord and will not cease until they deprive you of your tranquility. Avoid engaging in conflict using corporeal means. All of my paths are tranquil, declares the Father. You will discover that route via humility and reverence. Recognize that when rage and irritation emerge, they do not represent your true essence. Exist beyond the depths, declares the Father. Exist from the profundities of your spirit, where I reside as Lord. That is the source of answered prayers. From that point, my secret transforms into your enlightenment, guiding you into my safeguarding and sustenance today. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family and subscribe to the channel and check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching the video.